See, in order to do this kind of stuff, you don't have to be smart. Look at me. I don't know how to do it. I'm gonna put my transmission in the oven. Hey everyone, this is the channel that shows you that you can work on your own car, but probably do it the wrong way. I'm Giovanni, the stuttering mechanic. Today is a sad day because this Viper is broken. Yes, broken. And not in an easy way to fix, like in the video where I showed you all the problems with this. By the way, that video is right here. No, this is more substantially broken this time. The transmission is actually going out. And that really sucks because, of course, that's a lot of work and a lot of money to spend. It's upsetting, but of course, when this stuff happens, you can't panic. You just gotta do what you can and fix it. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna pull this in the garage, take the transmission out of it, and actually I'm gonna attempt to go through it myself. Now, I've never actually taken apart a transmission, but I know about it. You know, I've looked it up for a long time, but I just never had the opportunity to do it. So when this happened, I kind of said, hey, what's a better time than now to go through this thing? So what it's doing is, it sounds like there's rocks in there, just rocks are being thrown around inside there, and it's like very loud, and it's new. It just started. This car has never done that. What I'm guessing it is probably a bearing, like the input shaft bearing or something, I don't know, something like that. Let's pull this thing in the garage, get it in the air, and yank that transmission out. All right, got this thing in here. Let's get it in the air and rip out that transmission. Here it is. All right, here is that Tremec T56 I just took out of my Viper. Cool. So first thing I'm gonna do is I have to clean off that bench. And then I'm gonna take this thing up. Hey, look at that, that's cool. And then I'm gonna take this thing apart and see what is causing that crazy noise. Okay, I cleaned off this table right here. This is for all the parts that are gonna come out of this. I'm just gonna take it apart right here on this little bench I made. I popped a hole in it in the bottom so that shaft can go through it. And then, guess that's it. I've never taken apart a T56 before, which is what this is. So let's see how it goes. Okay, it's actually the next day, but I got the entire transmission taken apart. Well, not entirely. I still have like this gear set to take off and, you know, that kind of stuff. But, you know, all these small pieces are all there. What I need is a shop press. And it's something I've wanted for a long time, but I just have never gotten one. So I'm gonna go get a shop press so I can take off this, you know, like this part here needs to be pressed off of that shaft. This bearing can use that. This bearing needs to be pressed off. So once I get it, I'm gonna set it up, press those off, put the new bearings on, slap it all back together. Okay, I got most of the bearings off, but the really stubborn ones, like these ones, I got a kit right here that can wrap around them and pull them off. So we'll see how easily it pulls those off. But I also have all of the bearings and everything here, the seals, and you know, I have more in the house. Now I have to get the bearing races out of the transmission housing, which is right there. And it's gonna be tough because like these races here, they come out pretty easily. You see that? It's like, you know, it's like not much work. You just pull one out and they come out fairly easy. But the ones inside of here are gonna be tough because as you see there, they're like really in there. They're they don't come out that easily at all. And the thing that I have read online that people do is they actually put the entire housing inside of the oven. So I'm actually gonna try that. I'm gonna put my housing in the oven, and supposedly, you know, the aluminum expands more than a steel or some kind of, you know, science stuff, and then they're just supposed to drop out real easy. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna put my transmission in the oven. So that's weird, but I'm gonna give it a shot. All right, this thing is at 350, and it's very hot. So I cleaned this off the best I could. You know, I like got most of the grease and stuff off, and I took off all the plastic stuff so it wouldn't like burn. But in case it does, I have this right here. That's what that's for. So let's go ahead and I guess let's orient this like this, because the races are at the top and they should just fall right out. At least that's what the internet says. So let's see if it's actually true. All right, so the first one fell out. I just heard it drop while it's in there. So that's cool. Let's see about getting the other one out. Let's see about getting this thing out of there. God, it's smoking real bad. Yep, I see it right there, look at that. It worked, can't believe it. Let's try to get the other one out. Whoops. My fire alarm's not too happy about this. Look at that. It came right out. The internet was right. I gotta be honest, I did not expect that to be so easy. So that was actually the part that I was worried about the most. So now that that's done, I'm going to get on with these bearings to get the rest of these things off. So let's do that. So I spent some time on this tail housing. What I did was I got that race out of there and put a new one in and replaced this seal. So now that that's done, there's one more race I need to get out, which is probably gonna be the hardest one. And I'm gonna have to, let me show you. Inside of the input shaft, there's a race in there, you see that? I gotta get that out of there. And I think, I don't know how to do it. So I'm gonna try to do it with these little bits. I'm just gonna go in there and just like grind away the race, but not touch the wall of the actual metal that's not the race. And I'm just gonna grind that away and we'll just see if that works. I mean, I've seen people online say that they've done that and it works, but who knows with the internet. But the internet showed me this idea with the races and that worked just fine. So let me try this one now. Let's do it. Okay, I got all those races out of their spots, and now it's time to put new races in. And I showed you before the kit right here, and you know, this goes in here, and the other side goes on this, you know, and I have to press all those on. So let's get to it. Okay, we are making progress. I am getting excited. This is the point where I'm actually getting excited because I put all these bearings on. They're all new. That one's new. You know, this one here is new. Like everything's, see, here's the old ones. The old ones weren't bad, but you never know. Like I still don't know what the noise it was making was. I still don't know, but anyway, I replaced all of these bearings. There's quite a few. There's that one there, this one. There's one inside here. I replaced those races there. There's more races here that are replaced. To put these new races in here, I did the old transmission in the oven thing again. I heated it up. It's really hot. It's still really hot now, but I heated it up, and those races just literally dropped in with no effort. They just dropped in, so that's great. So it's time now to actually, I think it's time to assemble this thing. While that is cooling off, I am going to get to assembling this transmission. That's pretty exciting. If you don't know, this thing is really heavy.
See, in order to do this kind of stuff, you don't have to be smart. Look at me. As you can see, I just bolted in the transmission, but look what I'm holding. The slave cylinder for the clutch. So this goes in between the transmission and the engine. So I gotta take it all out again and put this in and then put it back on. Okay, I think this is the moment of truth. Everything is done. As far as like, you know, I put the interior back together. Everything here is all finished. I filled it with fluid. There is no leaks. I put the drive shaft back in. I think I'm gonna start this thing. I'm actually very, very afraid because I'm afraid that either I'm gonna turn it on and it's gonna just blow up, or I'm gonna turn it on and it's gonna still make that noise. But, you know, what am I gonna do? So let's just start it up. Okay. Oh God. Okay. Nothing bad's happening yet, so I guess that's a good thing. First gear, tires are spinning. Second gear. Second gear works, tires are spinning. Third gear. Third gear is working. Fourth gear. Fifth gear. Sixth gear. Sixth gear works. Well, there you have it. This time it was kind of weird because it was a major undertaking pulling out the transmission out of a rare exotic supercar like this, but it actually wasn't that hard. Like, of course it was overwhelming. Once you start doing it, you realize how involved you're getting. But if you just take your time and go one step at a time, you realize that it's actually not that bad. And I fixed this thing for the cost of new bearings and seals, which was probably $100, rather than taking it to the dealership or taking it to, like, you know, a company like you know, a famous transmission company. Who knows how much that would have cost. But overall, it was fun, and you guys can do it too. Don't be afraid of your cars. Just dive in and get going. And if you break something, who cares? Everything can be fixed. If you like content like this, consider subscribing, because there's a lot more where that came from. I still have a 1,000 horsepower Corvette to build. I have to build another
transmission, just like the one in this one, a T56, but this time it's going to be bulletproof to handle 1,000 horsepower. I got a lot of stuff to do on the Jeep, drive shaft, axles. There's a lot more to go. So, and also check out my Instagram page, The Stuttering Nerd. I actually put updates of what I'm doing on there before the video comes out on YouTube. So check that out if you want to. But like always, I'm grateful you stuck around the whole video and watched this process, even if you don't like watching car stuff and you just like watching me stutter, whatever. But remember, if an amateur like me can do stuff like this, then so can an amateur like you.